Hello sweet beans, my name is Soleil and welcome back to my channel. Wait, don't click away just because it says September. If you don't think about it, it doesn't matter, right? Because we're just chatting, we're just doing some nice bullet journal spreads, some scrapbooking type of journaling, and we're just having a good time. So if you don't think about what month these are for, which yes, I'm doing 2 months in this, which makes it so much more exciting, right? Then it's fine. So I got a bit behind on not just my bullet journaling, but also making videos on my bullet journals. So I'm releasing 2 videos in short succession of each other, one with my September and October bullet journal and the other with my November and December. I've also got a flip through coming, and my 2026 journal setup will be coming out sometime in hopefully January, maybe end January, because I will be traveling for the first part of January. But anyways, today I am doing my moth themed journal spread. So if you don't know this already, I have all of my main supplies linked down below. I'm not sponsored in any way, but I do consistently use the same supplies. I have a monthly recurring sticker subscription with Sticky Club. I actually canceled my membership for a little bit because I have quite a backlog of some sticker sheets that I have not used yet that I want to get through before I re-up my membership, but I love them. I will be back. I just have a lot of stickers to use. So this one is their moth themed set, and I thought it was perfect for September, especially because I really loved The Night and the Moth this year. If you haven't seen my Best Books of 2025 video, you can check that out and hear all about my thoughts about that book. I highly recommend it. It's so good. So I just have some moth imagery, this painting that I found that I can't find the name of. Please, I hope to all of the gods it's not AI. Please tell me if it is and I will rip it out of my journal. But I could not reverse image search it. Maybe I don't even know how to do that. Maybe that's just outside my generation. But I could not find the artist for it, so please tell me if it's a real artist or if I need to rip it out of my journal immediately. My other supplies, I have these stamps and also some washi tape from Notebook Therapy. I love their stamp collections. I use them all the time. This one I think is it's either reader or library something themed set. You could find it pretty easily. I also have some Tombow pens, which I'm not sure if I actually ended up using. I try to, but I really want to learn how to do more little doodles because I always get so afraid that if I start doodling with my own hand on my page, I'm going to mess it up somehow and it'll look weird and janky, which it has in the past, and I keep trying to just not be so afraid and to just do it. But I also want to learn some doodling techniques and cute little line art styles of doodles that I can do on the page instead. So that is my cover spread, and now we are going to do the books and the movies. I already organized these by their little categories of what I read the previous month, what I was hoping to read, and then what I watched, what I'm hoping to watch, and the monthly releases. Whenever I put my plan to read spreads on these aren't set by any way. These are just books that are on my radar that I want to read, that are kind of on my up next list. Some of these I have arcs for that I will be reading very soon that I just do not know what month I'm reading them. Some were book club picks that I'm still reading. I'm a little behind. And then others are books that I had started. The only book that I read the previous month in August That is the only time you'll hear me mention what month we are referring to, but don't worry about it, because of course I'm reviewing the books of the previous month. And the only book I read was City of Brass, which was a reread. I think it was via audiobook. And it's because I have been meaning to continue this series for a very long time. And I have reread this book, I think 3 times now, with this hope, because I love the first book, and I'm just so intimidated to continue the series. So I really enjoyed it on my reread, and I look forward to reading The Kingdom of Copper next. Now I've got all of my movie reviews, and I watched a lot of movies in that previous month. I rewatched Cinderella, I don't know, just for the vibes. I saw Happy Gilmore 2, which was not good. I watched The Gold Rush, which was so much fun. It was for the film's 100th, yes, that's right, 100th anniversary, and they re-released it at one of my local independent movie theaters. And they also were able to restore it into its original rendition, because Charlie Chaplin hated how the first one came out and ended up cutting and splicing and changing a lot of things after its initial release. So they were able to restore it to its original version, which was so exciting. I also watched The Naked Gun, Freakier Friday, which was really fun, Dan in Real Life, which I enjoyed. I also saw Eden, which was pretty good. Honey Don't was a major disappointment. I finally watched Paddington 2, which was incredible. And then I started my Christopher Nolan rewatch, which was so much fun. And now we are moving on to part 2, which is my October bullet journal. See, you can barely tell what the months are. It's fine. We're having a good time. And for October, I did a plaid and maybe autumnal theme. I was just really inspired by these deep reds and oranges and greens and these just autumnal cozy vibes. So I printed out some different photos that really emblemated that, and have this little sticker pack of autumnal vibey stickers and woodland creatures, which is honestly just my favorite thing. So I'll let you watch me do this for some time. Hello, I'm back. So I'm putting some finishing touches on this spread, and I am still a little unsure about how this one came out. I feel like I got too busy with some stickers on the right side, and I just needed another image there. I don't know. But I do really like all the additional little ones that I printed out. I had a little domino piece and some coffee foam and a button. I really liked those, but I don't know. The main overall vibes just felt a little funky. So now I'm working on my book's red spread. This one I read actually quite a few books in the previous month, so I had quite a few to include on this spread, and I decided to keep it a little bit smaller for the upcoming month, unless I'm just totally speaking out of my butt right now. Yeah, no, I read quite a few books. Okay, we're back in, everything's fine. So I read The Gingerbread Bakery, which I received as an ARC. I absolutely loved it. I thought they did a really great job with the romance in this one. It was so cozy and fun and lovely. And I read The Love Haters, which I did not like at all. A fun fact, if you want to know my thoughts on this book, you can find them on my worst books of 2025 video, because I hated that book. I also read The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. Both of those were by Catherine Center, but I did not feel a strongly dislike about that one. That one was fine. Then I planned to finish reading A Dance of Lies, Project Hail Mary, Dungeon Crawler Carl, and People Watching. I had started all of those in different forms. Project Hail Mary and Dungeon Crawler Carl was on audiobook, and Dance of Lies, People Watching was on physical, and then Fall Into You I was planning on reading, but I did not get to. And as you see, I already put in my star ratings, because at the time of filming this, I had already finished those, even though I had not read them in the previous month, if that makes any sense. So now I'm working on my movie spread, which I have been watching a lot of movies, so I think I managed to fit them all on this spread. I think maybe it was the following months where it was tough. Who can be sure? Yeah, I think this month was fine. So I watched 10 Things I Hate About You for the first time, which is bonkers. Maybe I had seen it, but I forgot. I really liked it. Twinless was incredible. It got such a limited release, which is such a bummer. I watched part of Twilight, which is why I did not rate it, because I saw some of it in an outdoor movie setting. Then I continued my Christopher Nolan watch with Inception and Dunkirk in the theater for their re-releases. Similar with Spider-Man, I actually watched in the theater for its re-release as well. I also saw Paris, Texas, which was quite a time. And now we are moving on to the upcoming anticipated releases for both of these months. So I started doing these spreads, I think a couple months ago, of just books that I was excited to read that was coming out in that month, because I like to keep track of things that I really want to get my hands on and read at some point, but I also have been prioritizing not buying any books unless they are something that I am almost certain I will absolutely love, or is by an author I really love, or is a continuing series. So besides for my book subscription boxes, which I get Fair Loot and Illumicrate, I have not really been buying any books this year. And I just like to keep track of what's coming out so that if I decide to buy a book at some point, I can remember which ones are recent releases and which ones I had my eyes on, because I have a terrible memory. So these are just the ones that came out in September and October that I personally was really excited about. And I also started doing some book release videos talking about the books specifically that I was excited about, which I did one for December, but maybe also for September. Who can be sure? And a very exciting fun fact is I have ARCs of a couple of these, so I actually am able to read some of these new releases, and I have already read some of them, which I filled out, I think, after I did this spread. Oh, and look, here's me being brave and using my Tombow pens to make tiny little mushrooms, and I loved them, so I should be more brave and try more things. But that's it for today's video. Here are my little overviews of some close-ups of all the spreads I did. Also, sneak peek at the cute nails that I have, which I did for autumn, and I did them myself with gel. I'm very proud of myself for that. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment down below something that you read or watched that you really enjoyed in these past couple of months, and I'll see you in the next one. And make sure to subscribe so you know when I upload. Okay, bye!